Hey, can you hear me properly?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, of course, of course. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
I'm Ariana. Nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you. Likewise, likewise.
Yeah, I saw on Instagram you just got into Austin. Is this your first time in Austin?
No, it's my second time here. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
second.
When did you come
Yep.
before?
Sorry about that. I came here 2 years ago, actually.
Oh,
two
cool.
years
For
ago,
South
I
by
was
Southwest?
yeah, for South by, but I was unofficial. I was like performing like outside of the festival. And yeah, it was this radio show that used to play my, well, they still do, but played my music a lot and everything. And they hosted like a talent showcase, and there was like awards and all that. And I was the only one from abroad that came, and I ended up winning best performer out by two
Congratulations.
years ago. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
So, how does it feel to be like an official South by Southwest artist this year? And why did you want to do it?
Amazing. It feels amazing to be a part of it officially and to be recognized for what you do and all the hard work. So that I'd have to say. Um it's overwhelming at the same time too. You know what I mean? There's just so much going on. It's just like go, 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 go. We just got here last night, and this morning everything just already started, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's pretty dope. It's the experience, and it's the life that we're working on to having, to living. So yeah.
Yeah. So, how would you say your Canadian, Moroccan, and Spanish background influenced your music and who you are as a person?
Um, as a person, okay, outside of music, look, me being born in Morocco and then growing up in Spain, obviously there's a culture shock. There's a big difference. You know what I mean? Even though we would take the ferry, it's an hour away. You know what I mean? It's so close, yet it's two different worlds. And I've learned a lot in Morocco, obviously with family, also stemming from religion. It's an Islamic country, so the practices and the things you see around are not the same. And then going to Spain, where it's a lot more open. Morocco is different now, but back then, you know what I mean. It's a lot more open, and it just changed the way I perceive things. And then moving to Canada after that was a whole different ball game where I got to meet like people from all corners of the world. It's just a melting pot, and I feel like that's what's dope about it, is that I have knowledge of different people from all around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from the States, and every time I hear about Canada, it's actually more of a melting pot than people say. Like the states are, like people actually integrate. Like the states are way more segregated than I hear Canada is. So I can
Yep.
definitely hear and see the influences in the music and who you are as a person in our like 5 minutes of talking so far. But I feel like when people think of Canadian music, they often think of artists from Toronto, like The Weeknd and Drake. How would you say that Montreal music and the music scene is different than Toronto?
um if I had to be honest, Toronto, yes, they do have their own sound, but they're a lot more Americanized
Mhm.
in a way where it's like it's very commercial. And reason why a lot of people just, well, a lot of Americans know, okay, Toronto this, Toronto that. Obviously there's big names coming from there, but the music that they're making is marketed directly towards that. You know what I mean? Drake did a pretty good job at, like, well, somewhat of a good job of still having that Caribbean background, being prominent, well, present, let's say. So people start to recognize. But Montreal, it's in a different ball game. You know what I mean? Not only that, it's also French as well, but the community of people that live there and consume different types of music is a lot more different. And so what we project as music is not necessarily Americanized in a way. I'd probably say the only thing that's Americanized on my part is, well, that English is my first language. You know what I mean? Because of my pops. Um, and also the influence that I had, but more of the old Motown R&B artists.
Yeah.
So that musical influence is there, but to the extent where you listen to it and like, yeah, this sounds like this is from the States. Not at all. You know what I mean? You can tell it's your own sound, and it's from your own background. It's your, just your
Yeah.
own thing. That's, yeah, that's how I put it.
Yeah. What would you say your influences are when it comes to your music? And it doesn't have to be other artists, it can be anything. Like, what are your influences and your inspiration for your music?
Um, Life experience for sure. Not not always, not everything I say in my music I've lived it. A lot of speaking things into existence, you know what I mean? Positive things about like making sure my family's straight, uh things like that. And also telling a story, a fun story. Oh, maybe let me just invent this story that people could probably relate to or not, but at the end of the day it's like something that you're like, oh, this is dope. I like what I'm hearing. And even the music speaks for itself, like the production, other from the lyrics. You know what I mean? It's like I wanna hear something that like makes me just want to get up and dance for no reason. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
It's so funny that you said that because, like, I've gotten a lot of emails because of South by Southwest of music, and I obviously don't have enough time to listen to all the way through. So I've been doing like 10 seconds, like either I'm going to
Yeah.
like it or not. And when I played your new single, I was like, "Oh, this is so calming, but it makes me want to move." Like, it was instantly like, okay, I felt this connection. Can you tell me a little bit about that single and creating it?
Yes, actually, my boy, who's also an artist and producer, his name is Frank MC. He's in the other hotel room. They're rehearsing right now because we have 3 shows this week. He's not here, but him and I worked on this from scratch. We made it in the condo and back in Montreal, and his background, he's from Cameroon and Africa, and he grew up going to church and everything. He played piano, so his musical background is kind of strong, and he knows his Afro-Beats. And since I also have a Caribbean background, I told him this song I wanted to have best of both worlds. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to find a melody, uh, something that kind of sounds patois but still English at the same time for people to be able to understand and like sing along to. And so I was just like, I'm a rock star, dread like a rasta, because I started having my locks now. You know what I mean? Bad like popcorn. Popcorn is a dance hall. I'm sure you know who that is. And you know, things like that, and just also just the flow and give it an R&B feel to it. And then he was just cooking up while I was still singing in the back. We were trying to look for specific instruments, specific sounds, and then that's basically it. And we made the song like in an hour and a half, actually. Yeah.
That's crazy because sometimes when people are like, "Oh, I made the song in an hour and a half," I'm like, "I know, I can tell," but not with this
Ah,
song. I, it's just like it like scratches like something in the back of your neck. Like, oh, this is like the perfect sound. Like, I love it. What
thank
would
you,
you
thank you.
say is your favorite song to perform live?
That's a very good question. Honestly, one that I have a lot of fun performing is my song called Shoko Skin. It's from my other project, Haram Vibes, and it was produced by a Nigerian producer. He's over there in Nigeria, and I had help to write the hook. Well, it's me who came up with the lyrics, but like there's specific words that were in Yoruba that I put in at this place that I used to work back then, like 3 years ago, something like that. And my coworker is Nigerian, like pure Nigerian. You know what I mean? He just came to Canada like not even 2 years. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, I'm working on a song. I need your help with specific things. He's like, okay, what you trying to talk about? I said this, that, that, and he gave me specific words, and then I just from there I cooked it up, and it's so energetic, and also working with the crowd on that song. It's dope. It's dope, and it's also a song about like praising a black woman. You know what I mean? Which is rarely done in the industry, I would say, to be honest. So yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. It's my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite song
Yeah.
to perform.
Yeah, us
Yeah.
black women don't get praised in everyday life, so it's always nice to
Yeah,
have like a musical tune to it.
exactly, exactly.
How many languages do you speak? What languages do you speak?
Four. My first language is English since my dad he's from Antigua, which is in the islands. Second is Arabic since I was born in Morocco and my mom's Moroccan. Third is Spanish because I went to school in Spain. We moved to Spain when I was younger. And then fourth is French. I learned French only when I came to Canada.
Do you think knowing all of these languages helps it be able for you to collaborate with different artists and have different influences even in places that you're not from?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Because I feel like those four languages cover like a big part of the world. You know what I mean? Um, and also just the growing up in different places and meeting people from different cultures and all that. I got to learn about a lot of things, about their culture for one, and also especially their music. So we could always come to an understanding, and or I would say things. Let's say my song is fully English, but I'd say like two, three things probably in Spanish, and like a Latino's gonna be like, oh damn, I like, yeah, it's home. That's home for me. You know what I mean? Or it's like recognizable. So I feel like that's the beauty of it, where you could just relate to everyone, because you know what I mean. We all live on the same world, the same planet. So I feel like it's a good thing to be able to know each other, get along, and like appreciate each other's cultures and backgrounds.
Yeah. You've collaborated with a lot of different people to make music. Who would you say is still on like your dream collaboration list? No budget, anyone.
Um, since I'm doing Afro beats, I would really, really, really tear myself doing a track with Burna Boy. I'm sure it would be stupid. There's so many Afro artists that I could name, but like I went to see him live last week or something like that, and his live show was dope. I really enjoyed it. Um, it's just his style of music, his style of singing, and he's just like deeply rooted into his background. You know what I mean? His origins that like makes the music so authentic. So I feel like just us collabing together would be dope. I have a couple of rappers in mind that I'd like Dirk. I mess with Dirk big time. Love Dirk. He's fire. Like if I have to go into the melodic rap, for sure, him. Definitely Chris Brown for political reasons. You know what I mean? Uh, like we go way back, way back. I always looked up to him as an artist. You know, and ooh, somebody interesting to work with would be like Bruno Mars, those type of guys. Since I'm like so like into the live bands, the old school live performance, I feel like that would be a dope collab. But there's just so many people on the list, but like those that come to mind quick like that would be them.
Yeah. Speaking of live performance, do you have any pre-show rituals that you kind of like to do in order to get yourself hyped up and ready?
Fun fact. Nobody was. I don't even know. I don't think that's a fun fact, but it's a thing that I usually do. Nobody knows it except, I don't know. People really know it, but usually before I go on stage, I would talk to like loved ones, like family, like my grandmother especially, and um a close friend of mine that had passed away, and I would just like, look up and pray and ask them for like their strength and all that, and that's what calms me the most before going on stage. Yeah.
How would you say you kind of turn down after a show? Because it's obviously like that huge high. Do you like to like wind down a bit right after, or is the party going to keep going until the morning?
The party's always gone, and um yeah, no, obviously I'd like to rest, but my definition of resting after a show, let's say if I have a full week of like shows, or like I went on tour, I would like to just be on the beach, relaxing, laid back, relax. But if not, right after a show, go at a venue and everything, meet people, say thank you for being there, appreciate it, and you know
Yeah.
keep it alive. Yeah.
So you're in the States now. Is there something that you always pack when you travel abroad that you're just like, oh, I know I can't get this everywhere and I have to have it?
um, that's a good question. Actually, no, not no. No, 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 no. That's a good question, but there's not anything that I really pack. Like, no, but that was an amazing question, though. I gave you that. Yeah, no. I make sure when I travel abroad, I have a fresh haircut. And that's that. I'm good to go. Fresh haircut, my passport, and my wallet, and that's most important.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I can't go anywhere without my slides. I have to get into the airport. I have to have my slides everywhere. Be comfortable while I'm traveling and out of the hotel. Yeah, definitely. I'd have to pick that.
Yes. Well, it was so great talking to you. Conversation was incredible. And I know I can't see the shows this week, but I will definitely meet up with you soon. And I can't wait to reconnect and talk to you more about your career. I'm so excited
Yes,
about it.
yes, for sure. Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Take care. Huh? Love.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.